I'm in love with Happy Mail, sending it and receiving it. 2 years ago, I created my Happy Mail station in my office to encourage myself to lean into this hobby, and since then, it has become an incredible way for me to support small businesses while caring for others. In this video, I'm going to show you what's in my Happy Mail station, and I'll also share with you what I think you should include in yours. Without further ado, let's hop in. So I'm a huge fan of using mugs to store things in my office because it allows me to be a little decorative without putting forth a lot of effort or a lot of money. So these mugs were actually done by a local artist, Angela Davis. And in this mug, my Philippians 4-6 mug, I have a bunch of these envelope moistener bottles. So no licking envelopes. These are really great. I also like to put local art in my office, or at least designed by a small business owner. So this is one of my clients, Gina Holiday. This is one of her prints. And this is actually a candle from Whole Heart Candle Co., which is a local business. And I buy these at the farmer's market. So for people that I'm really close to, they get my actual address, which is this stamp here. If someone is a follower from social media and I don't know that person in real life, then I will address my Happy Mail to them with a stamp that has my P.O. box number, and that's just to help with privacy. And so I would strongly encourage you, if you don't already, get a P.O. box, and if you're into using a stamp, get a separate stamp with your P.O. box on it. So sometimes I have to remind myself when I'm stamping Happy Mail, but it's super important that you have that option if you need it. So this is technically designed for wedding envelopes when people are doing like thank you notes and stuff. And so it's just like a little monogram with our last name and my husband and I's name on it and our home address. So I've got that version, but then I also have a normal horizontal one. So these are just from IKEA, and I really like them because they help me to store things vertically without taking up a lot of space. And so when I send Happy Mail, typically I will choose a card that's local or something that's fun, and then I will stuff things in them and I will decorate the envelope as well. So stickers are huge. Stickers are easy to purchase from online websites, online shops, and it's a great way to shop small. And these vinyl stickers last a very long time. So these are really cool. They're magnetic bookmarks, so those go easily in an envelope. And then I just have a bunch of other laptop stickers in here to choose from. I even had like a short phase where I was designing stuff. So these were like prototypes of stickers that I've done. So you have Petty Crocker, you have Per My Last Email, Please Advise, Friday, and Know Your Worth, Then Charge Tax. So if you guys think I should bring the stickers back, I've thought about doing that as a reward for people in the Bootstrap Club, my email list. So if you guys want these stickers, let me know in the comments. After that, I have some different books. I have specific notebooks for specific things. So your classic address book, and this is for people that I know, I've met in person. When I ask somebody for their address, it's probably months before I actually send them Happy Mail. So by the time I do send it, it's really a surprise. But then I have a separate one for client Happy Mail. So when I bill people, I ask specifically for their mailing address to put on their invoices so I can go back into my CRM, pull the mailing addresses and add them to this. So if I want to send a client thank you note or a Christmas card or what have you, clients go in this one. And this little notebook, maybe it's over the top, but what I do is I actually log the mail that I send. And that just helps me to know, who did I send mail to, and sometimes why did I send it. And so I just keep like a little record in this notebook. No one probably cares but me, but it's just kind of fun to see like, oh, who did I send mail to this year? Maybe I should check in on them, see how they're doing. So after that, you have stickers that usually go on the outside of the envelope. So I've got like flowers and butterflies, and you'll find these a lot in craft stores in the scrapbooking section. And so I like to decorate the envelopes when I send Happy Mail as well. So Liz Gray designed these, and her coloring book comes out this month. So shout out to Liz. I will also link her coloring book in my Amazon storefront, so you guys can go support her. And I even have a couple from my Cultivate What Matters days when I would do the annual power sheets. All right, so now we are down to the cards, and this is super fun because I find it is so much easier to find locally designed cards than things like stickers. So sometimes you'll get stuff like this, where this was designed by an artist in Patrick County. They would know exactly where this was inspired from in Meadows of Dan, I believe. And so it's kind of fun when you can have situations like that. So that's a good example of something that's super local that I have found. Here's another example. I actually got these at the visitor center where we live. And so if someone visits me here, then I'll typically use something that I bought from the visitor center to send them back. But then in other cases, they're not locally designed cards, but I bought them at local shops. Sometimes I'll buy stuff like this in bulk. Sometimes what's fun to do is actually purchase a fun card long before you know who to give it to. And then when a circumstance comes along where you're like, man, this would be a really good fit for this situation or this specific person, then go ahead and send it. And because you've got their address in your address book, you can spur the moment, literally send them a, hey, just thinking about you card. And then there you go. One of the things that's really unique about Naomi Paper Co. is she does a calendar every year, and the top of her calendars are prints. So when the calendar year is over, you can actually just cut off the calendar part and repurpose the top of it as a print that you can frame in an 8x10 frame. So one thing that I'll do is I will sometimes send people prints in the mail, and I've got these really cute black bubble mailers that I use metallic pens to draw on. In other cases, I will buy postcards, which are typically cheaper to buy as a gift, but then I'll frame them in frames like this that I got off of Amazon. Here's a print from Have a Nice Day that is technically a postcard, so you can see on the back. And so if you drop that into a nice frame, it's an easy gift and it doesn't cost very much at all. So that's a very simple way that you can support designers who don't live where you live. But again, in other cases, you can snag something from a visitor center, and yeah, makes a really good gift, and it's a lot easier to ship something lightweight like this. So the last part of my Happy Mail station are my gift cards and washi tape and other random inserts. When you have a friend that's local, it's so easy just to go out to coffee. But during the pandemic, and even now when you have long distance friends and you're, physically distant, you can just include a coffee gift card in a Happy Mail card to still take them out to coffee. So I buy a bunch of these and I will just tape them inside the card with these different washi tapes. So I have a bunch of those. So I've gotten these from Well Watered Women. I've gotten them from a bunch of different designers, to be honest with you. But it just depends on the circumstance. So some of these are more lengthy, where you have something like this, where it's a couple verses from Proverbs 31. This is Proverbs 31, 11 through 12. And so that's obviously pretty easy to include in a card. And then I also have business card size ones that look like this. And so that's super easy for you to stuff in a card. Maybe it's a fairly generic card or not a faith-based card, but you can include these as inserts to just add a little something for people to take with them, put in their wallet, put on their mirror, that type of thing. All right, we're in the home stretch, my friends. These are really cute. These are little mini inspiration cards that you can color. So say for instance, this one is Psalms in color. And so you can see some of these are pretty ornate, others are fairly simple. If you have a friend that colors as a way to just reduce stress, unplug, and last but certainly not least, we love a good Morgan Harper Nichols moment. So in some cases, I don't frame the artwork, but I do include some of these inspirational phrases to give my friends some encouragement. So this one says, no matter how many days the sun sets the same, the waiting is not in vain. The last 3 years have been kind of difficult at times. And so when I started sending my friends Happy Mail, what I realized is it wasn't just an exercise to care for them well. It brought me so much joy and helped me to work through some really distant times. I think that physical mail and these, handcrafted bespoke things are becoming more cherished now that so much of our lives is digital and electronic. I know it takes more effort to send someone something in the mail, but I can't tell you the amount of times that a friend has told me, I had no idea you were sending this, and the day that I got it in the mail was the absolute day that I needed to hear it. I would encourage you to try this as a hobby because it's a great way to express gratitude and be reminded of what you've got. To purchase something and willingly give it away is a really good practice to have. And to think about someone other than yourself from time to time is a really good practice to have. I have found that buying things for other people, supporting small businesses, and then sending stuff to a small business is such a beautiful circle of life. But it never occurred to me that other people would send me mail back. For them to know that I enjoy receiving physical mail and to be intentional about sending it to me is next to none.
This series is sponsored by Groove. Groove is an app that surrounds you with people who light you up as you conquer your to-dos. It's my favorite virtual co-working space designed for busy, creative entrepreneurs who don't have traditional work teams and crave support. Since it's on your phone, you can co-work from anywhere in the world anytime you need to get stuff done. Over time, I've built deep friendships with Groovers that I work with regularly. The vibe of this app reminds me of sitting down at a table with friends at a coffee shop. But with Groove, I can hang out with a friend in London, Israel, and LA all at the same time. By grooving my work tasks, I've been able to get more defocused work done, so it frees me up to do more of the things that I love. If you're craving a burst of energy and accountability in your life, visit LaShondaBrown.com/groove to create your free account today.
Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, check out my video about hosting networking events to support small businesses where you live. And don't forget, visit LaShondaBrown.com/groove to create your free Groove account today.